So picking up from the end of the previous chapter where Maki had defeated Naoya in a pretty good fight, we see Maki re-encountering her mother, who I think we haven't seen since chapter 148, and she's like walking towards her in the kitchen, and the mother is like, backed up against a stove or something, and she's saying, "No, stay back, why are you here?" But then at the same time, Maki's saying, mother, please listen to me. Back then, why did you tell me to come back?" This goes back to what I was talking about, how we saw her in chapter 148, and that's because after Maki got the key to the warehouse, before she's able to get into it, she had encountered her mother. And her mom at the time was like, "Maki, come back here. Have you forgotten we may not enter the cursed warehouse?" And then Maki keeps walking, and then like her mom yells, saying like, "I said come back here. For once, make me glad that I gave birth to you, Maki." So this is what Maki's talking about, and I'm assuming she's questioning like her intention. Why exactly did you say that? Was it because you didn't want me to go into the warehouse because you knew Ogi was in there waiting to kill me and you didn't want that to happen? Or did you have another intention? Like, what's going on? And it appears that the mother doesn't even remember what she's talking about or something, or maybe she doesn't want to admit that she was caring about Maki or something. And I guess that's part of the theme of this chapter, or one of the many themes, I guess you could say. And it's there's a lot of things that are up for interpretation in this chapter, I suppose. And I'll get more into that, but then we see Maki like walking her down, and she's pretty much gone silent at this point after getting like a non-answer from her mom. And then her mom's like, "No, don't, stop." And we see like this panel of like blood splatter on the wall. Then we're cutting to outside, and we see Naoya like crawling on the ground, and he's saying, "That girl couldn't even finish me off," like thinking that he's gonna get away here. Then we see Maki's mom, who appears to be like bleeding from the throat, holding like a kitchen knife. And Naoya is aware of this, and he's like, "Give me a break. I can't use my cursed energy," I guess because he's so injured here. And then Maki's mom stabs him in the back. And then we go to what her final thought is, and I guess it's a memory of her with Maki and Mai as kids, like in a field or something. And she's saying, "I'm so glad I gave birth to you." So let's try to make some sense of what's going on here. So the last exchange between Maki and her mom, what exactly happened there? Did Maki do that to her mom? And I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess she did, because the blood splatter in that panel looks as if she was slashed or something. But it also goes back to what I was saying about, up for interpretation. Maybe Maki didn't slash her, and maybe the mother did it to herself, possibly. Hence why we see her like walking all, crazily towards Naoya, bleeding, holding the kitchen knife. It's very possible that that was the kitchen knife that she like maybe used on herself, because we've clearly seen that the mother is a very conflicted character coming up until this point. And given how, everything has transpired over these past couple chapters, she's at her breaking point. She's finally snapped, and she sees no way of going forward, and she just decided to off herself, and with her last breath she took out Naoya as well. Or it was just Maki who just slashed her because she didn't get the answer that she wanted, and she deemed that her mom was just as bad as the rest of the clan, especially since the majority of this started with Mai's death, and we can assume that their mother helped with Mai's death, or helped with Ogi getting Mai. But regardless, it was just throughout their entire lives, she was associated with the Zen'in clan, and she allowed things to be the way that they are, even up until her death. So it's possible that Maki just deemed her as guilty as the rest, and Maki's like, I've taken out nearly everyone, so I might as well just finish the job. I just want to touch on Naoya right now. So this sequence is either really important, or it just doesn't matter, and that's because I'm not really sure the logistics of her mom killing Naoya here. I'm pretty sure it's stated that like, if you don't kill a Jujutsu sorcerer with Jujutsu, there's a good chance that they can become a vengeful spirit. And like I said, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Like, is Maki's mom killing Naoya with Jujutsu here? Like, is she using cursed energy with that stab, or is she using some kind of kitchen knife cursed tool? It's not really made clear. So I guess there's a chance that this means that Naoya could come back as a curse or something. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. And also another thing is that we don't really know where Gege's mind is right now, but it's possible that Gege kind of just wanted to wrap up the sequence, and he wasn't really concerned with the logistics or the specifics of it. And some of you might, staunchly disagree with that, and that's fine. I honestly have no way to know for sure. I'm just throwing out some options, but I will also say that mangakas are not perfect authors, and they make mistakes all the time, and they're not afraid to admit it either. But anyway, coming to the ending sequence of the chapter, we see Maki holding Mai, and she's eventually meeting up with Momo. And Momo's like, you know, that's why I told you not to go. And then she gives Mai's body to Momo. And Maki says, she's in your hands now. And Momo says, you know, what are you going to do now, Maki? And she's just silent and she walks away. And then we come to the final panel, which is a narration here, saying those from the Zen'in clan who were absent that day would soon die violent deaths. 6 members of the Hei and 21 members of the Kukuru unit. So yeah, this is straight up confirming that Maki's rampage did not stop here. Like, she continued it, and she essentially scrubbed the Zen'in clan from existence here, and it also shows that there were more members of the Hei, like the elite members of the Zen'in clan, and there was, you know, some Kukuru unit members left too. No residuals were found where they died, but trace amounts of cursed energy thought to originate from a cursed tool weapon were detected in the body's wounds. So I guess this is implying that not everybody knows that it was Maki that, you know, caused this massacre, and I guess that's going to raise the stakes going, you know, further into the series here. There's going to be that whole thing out there where it's like, is Jujutsu Society going to figure out that Maki did this? Or maybe it's not just even Jujutsu Society, but just even like, you know, people that are close to her. Maybe not everyone is going to know that Maki did this at first. I mean, this is a pretty serious thing that Maki has done, and I'm not really sure how the rest of the cast is going to react to it. Days later, the Gojo clan and Kamo clan proposed removing the Zen'in clan from the big 3 families, but Jujutsu headquarters is keeping their verdict on hold. So this is pretty interesting. It says the Gojo clan, and pretty sure it was said that the Gojo clan is just Gojo, like Satoru Gojo. So I guess this means that there are definitely other members of the Gojo clan. And the fact that Jujutsu headquarters is keeping their verdict on hold, I guess it's because they want to investigate exactly what happened here, which goes back to what I was talking about with the stakes and, you know, everyone figuring out what Maki had done. And then just to finish this off, I wanted to just go into the morality of what Maki is doing here and the impact on the rest of the series. I think this too is also up for interpretation for the reader. Like, Maki's actions can be seen as justifiable and also unjustifiable at the same time. You can say that there was a good reason why she massacred everyone, but you can also say at the same time that this was, you know, a personal revenge mission for her. And this is almost an unredeemable act for her, and she's like a full-blown, like, bad guy or villain or even evil just for doing this. And maybe she's become a character that you're not even necessarily supposed to root for anymore. And I honestly like this turn that Maki has had. I mean, I like the power up and everything, of course, but I also like the gray character that she's become as a result of this. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Let me know what you think about this one. If you liked the video, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.